Siago Jobanyo Ajuo Blam Lamwe Mariso International Chijo Injuo Ao Dote na Pau Mon papa Bato Nore Chijo C'est le Mawa La Juchoko Kiada Ajida Kiada Ole Jewe Jewe Bao Jida Kanoka Kanyo Siamwe de Belwa Banyo Nei Kemukorogo Sedia Toma no Leo Kedi Abidjan Eno de Toma no Kemu San Pedro Na Sedia Toma no Leo Chijoba Matuba Mosaba Matuba Mosaba Pasa Mawa Pwenda ba mweke anya kere we Pwenu basati anya Nile kantini we Ba ibya mwe Ye basa Ao Ujubia pewa Mama Leoti Se we mawi nule Ganawa de mamo Marisi ganawa de mamo Kejirao Kapwen biose sinyo Fonga nongereo Ganawa Amulemo Amopa ubimu Tao penja nombre nyondawe Chijoba Anda please kabanyo Siawe mawo Dote na dojo boy nendo apolo Anda timo leo Dote na dojo boy sondo apolo Mariso shoko Momde satire we do baija Satire go benyo aka chijoba o Moke adareje Ke fukorogo Ke mafula Ke afula skereje Tanyo Siamwe de Belwa Banyo Do pantroke do apolu Mono dojo baine Do ino mane Nago Epifani Mono Siawe mawo Mambeti Beti na iseo Marisi ke adamleje Ke adareje Hanu tigwe When Satulo play When he Abidjan In sky and black job bike Kanoka And as Raoul Ouais Les grands hommes ne meurent jamais Mon père Yadé Raoul Aïssé de Deja Il m'a pleignonté Si Raoul Yedi Chijobao Si Yedi Yadé Raoul non Marie Sédaoui Kanyo Siamwe de Belwa Banyo Yadé Raoul Papa Aïssé o Chijoba o Taimye yendo ye igme o Mwa bana nyonjere ngai Nyosa dekwa mambe nyambe wei Sumunji watu wadude Komba chone to bata Kenda wa batu wa faka nomble Paola pawa mama Apoto bilu Toto vido ine nyone wa Paola o mama Na inunde baudi ina yo Kanoka Adapodru yemu Paola la nesemo wo mama.
We'd like to say hello and welcome to a special video documentary, and this is all about Tobli. Tobli is one of the biggest towns in Grand GEDEH County, and this is the face of Grand GEDEH County. My name is GBARZON from Peace Community Radio. I'm the station manager. So we're here to highlight major areas within Town and its environs. And as you can see, this road, this is a road that is leading to Zwedru, the capital of Grand GEDEH County. So we also have the Sesto River Bridge. The Sesto River Bridge is a welcome, and this is a gateway to Grand GEDEH County. So here we are in Town or To City. It's now becoming a city. So if you have left this place for the past 20, 25 years, this is Tobli, Grand GEDEH County, or To City, as others may call it, because we had a city mayor here, even though the commissioner for the district is seated here. And this is a market. And this market, you may not see people here today in this market because This is a market that all of villages in town attend on a Saturday basis. So you got people coming from Poco Town, you got people coming from Dwoji Town, you got people coming from Biaitawe, you got people coming from across the entire district that come here to attend this market. The building you see at the back is under completion, was done by Grand GEDEH County District 3 Representative Honorable Ellis Chesia Grant. This was also done by Liz under the legislative project. So you can see the market there. It hasn't been completed, but I think it's pending to be completed. The tunnels back there was done by one NGO by the name Liz. You can see other structure back there, but I think what needs to be done here is that to expand the market is to clean the spot, because they are not generating enough funding to have the place, rehabilitated. So for you there in the US, those of you from Tobli, those of you from this district, this is your market. You can see the market here. We are here to show you some of these major development and other things that are unfolding here. The total general cemetery. Usually all of the burial is done here. And as you can see there with the blue paint is the tomb of the late Honorable John Bear, who served as representative during the Samuel Kanyando regime in the 80s. And surrounding him, I can really tell who all have these graves, but they are all our past relatives. So you can see here, sunrise May 2nd, 1927, and sunset May 8th, 2019. Rest in peace, Honorable John D. Bear. We love you. So the burial was done right here. So this seems to be one of the historic area. It's very historic indeed. So we want to tell you more about this. So there's a name that family, friends, and relatives, usually on Decoration Day, people do cleaning up here for their loved one, but I think it needs to be enforced that people can do a regular cleaning up here so that the dead ones can be respected as well. So as I said, this is a special video documentary. We're coming to you closely from Tobli, Grand GEDEH County. If you are there in the United States of America and following all of this, there's a name that you can watch. If you left from Town and more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you name it, this is the cemetery. This is the cemetery. We're going to show you the bigger picture of the cemetery. And we're also going to show you some prominent people who have died, and in fact they are going to rest with our ancestors. So we're taking a walk along, and we're slowly moving towards the other cemetery. The building you see there is one of the modern buildings that are being erected here. It's done by one of our friend and brother, Emmanuel Cole. He's currently in the United States of America. So this building worth more than $150,000 according to what people have told me, but it's being inhabited right now by the Burkinabes. They are now in that building, they are squatting there. I don't know really how it was given, but I think they had an arrangement with the families. So we're going towards the Morovia Highway once again, and we're going to be branching on our left hand extreme, and where you're going to be seeing some graves of some prominent people who have died here, as I told you. This is Gabriel Yuti coming to you from Tobli, Grand GEDEH County, in other words, Toll City, because we got a city mayor here, so I always say Toll City. So traditionally it's Tobli. Here we are, but from the civilized standpoint, we say Toll City. So I think what I already can see right there, the grave you see there, the tomb you see there, if my memory can serve me right, is one of the prominent citizens. He used to be the president of the Tobli Development Association. The first, can you help me?
It's Mombo. Right?
Yeah, Mombo. Okay, William Mombo. This is the tomb of the late William Mombo. Thank you for correcting me here. So this is where he was buried. Family members usually come here on the Decoration Day. It's a stand in the graveyard. It's standing in war, but as you can see, it's not being properly cared for. People are not really cleaning up this place on a regular basis, except for decoration day. So there are lots of people who don't even have a tomb, but they have been buried all in there. All in there. We're going to go in depth. You're going to see what is happening here. So I think there's a name that you can call upon the city mayor that they can do regular cleaning of this place. So it's very important because our dear ones are buried here. They are going to our ancestors. So you can see right here, I think this is one of the graveyard. This is the late George Chewulu Wala, sunrise January 1st, 1930, and sunset January 15, 2021. He used to be one of the elder here. Yeah, he died just recently. I think burial is ongoing. I think we can get to the site and talk to some people there. We're going closely there, and we see some young men coming. I think these young men they just came to do a digging, and we're here at the burial site. I think we can talk to some of those guys and see what is going on. So we. On you pare abon we dey waji mo juwe to bi ro awon kiri awon mo wan you nyo yen ro mo ble kwa awon e dey no problem dey ra ke da to bi ro anken problem ya bia la to bi an inu go we a cheba e aniara no previa lo ania no ku ba wadi we enwa ku ba wadi yan o e no ni aja ikribi ajala yang prevlo ni bayu ya pala uruwa ti anje ya pala uruwa de ya wai be intene we wa o se son le we chate de de ni plajo do when a problem ya no problem no awe lo ne de nwe aniara ajinyo itia ne po doita ga cheche be doita dunyo cheche be po ne mia ne no bo ya mu me inu ta we ko e me jene mia ni mu kenchen dewe je po doita ga sene doita bu ne la je bu nu che sene so nwa abro beke a onko beke uni America ni a we kadba awon grandie especially to bi nyu ha wa we gba po nyo na poara nkun yo ta bi gba ge sene gbero mo ta bi si ne west yo won ni o mu ni o me ya iro no problem a face no lo a no play na no wa mu sugu gas che sene tijo nyo de yan o gben pe so one problem ya face no sugu galo se ne e tijo nyo che se ne tijo nyo che se ne ero no problem sugu ga ya che a se sugu ga che ke comme se po che ka ya material be se ne ti di se ne ya se a no lo àwọn yẹn wura le to bi doita yan coin se ne po nyo mu ne wa nyu se wi anje lo e coin ti anji a nyu yan nyu sugara wa yo se ne àwọn e coin de yan ke yan insi o mi onja de we coin de yan ero en blara wura doita ga se ne wura doita ga che se ne bo no e se doita ye o coin ne we ne nu doita bo we je coin se ne de bo nu yon che se ne ka mu doita bo nu e mu la janja la na druwa po we ne la me paper e parisati matiamu na kwa nu we ne la me paper ye setting tiamu ya no problem ya je ati ye iro ẹwọn iyo mosika ji blue for the mosinyo abliyon wa nyun crowd blewe inu you mosidian kawanu ke nu mu enyo ni ale ku bi o se we ju ele che kawanu nyo be crowd nyeno abliye mosidian ke nu mu ye we mu aja ke mosidian de che lo e o de son lo e ke nu ni mosidian no eno ese de che o de nwe a enwa afọ be de na ta afọ anu ye do se ne a blood ga kribi tenyon wa tradition jo oble blood go e force gaida na mo si bla badi mo mu kre blood ga kribi mo si gbe nyine ta kre bo kre ya anu a se ne nje ga be po de ta tu ajero ga pa plan ya so de se ne tu kribo fun yin awuri ba we kla don we ti kri ola duwo mo se o nyon ji de e wa du bi mo si ya play wa bige wa side du tomo enyon ji de e wa du de am da la du che tin ya che je ma we because tin ya no wa wide yin wa ble tige sen wa wide we duwo e juwo e ba wa mi ba yin wa mi di down to say je o se play ala ni a che ba fan mo elwa so me kra en ale tobli na body an ura nyon be bude we do nye mo si be do play de mo si we a win we nyon akwi bia wa we akne je e won ti an si an ya ble de so me ya ura mo so e case man ka mo we Priya come on in blade.
Small way because then when I will learn away son lola and came back here why there were in I for noon. Ula on the mumway more jopo crane here where I change I am on you. Yeah, I'm why I am so I said be in the way say crowd way I do the 2 cribbing here now offering boy in 2 do I will say nene. So I did a lot of so I shall learn well, I'm not day for one. So Mossy there, oh, saw me crown on Mossy, where do you crowd the way I say, never crackable web video weapon.
Ne, I didn't waste one padre more quiet be there is what do to them more white. Kawe, come on, and yeah, you want Kawe when yeah, you only are quickly and one day and we no out for you. So, Kawe, there no none there, put that yeah, there from Blah, Kawe, I know. Go plan and without quite.
Yeah, problem yala a club a from Luan, I said, Gwynne. I bring on Ublenina Ula Papa, I say Bob Lupa. Then we are then, I did and what keep saying Dine. Then I did, I say Dine. So, and one Monsie, there no do near one general and Dutch go Ujia one cocoa to in one cocoa to your cocoa, I did and what Karupo yes, cocoa, I did. Then what did and no cork it. So black clever for New York cocoa in any Tagadica, Mladi, sir. Nenyo Prido Amukri, was I will call to where we are. Yeah, Cribia, Bria, a flown West Yard Gwynne.
I did not go to our Ulano one in your players when I could have most when I could have time the you say, I say, no, yeah. Every one sour Clio, you want some clipping at the Cotida way and your class on you. Class on you. You are in 1 hour. It's got swing with a mungi when you crack. Those swing with a melodian. That went blah.
Yeah, when I check into cases we can talk with go down when ye okay, Monsignor here, you are paper no a agreement paper. Okay, next went together one point with one blue and can. Ola, let's get away. I tell you, la, one swing with a moon. But I papi name this one together. What up this one quit a mum mail. But I'm there swing quit a mum mail. One must swing quit a moon. We had got a paper one apple client upon you apple bedwear. No cocoa same way bem. Ola, and on nowhere anywhere without me paper and money say bay. So problem ya la janja ya say JK no Clara ya one Monsignor club one blind. We acquire that international lawyer who do. Ne Monsieur Wibley, no kicking about you. Now, chat, Peppy, no 2 years, no la Peppy, York, no emo, no window sank. Now, chat plan, a chat blue, they said that we get. Jay Cribia and Blad Coelho, I believe in it. Jeff Flon say where. Flon say where, no do that, Uni, we are more amount, Bopo, Uni, we are among Benin. Yeah, in there, so I could have when we can you and what people look so I could have with Clara work out, cocoa, and routine that when they come on. Then Lucy, where it could be a bleeding. Yeah, Flon, no blow, I said, Gwynne.
Oh, ne, I ain't way so a padre, Monsignor say one say, yeah, so you blue, the other will see I can.
What we play, I know, at the at you, no do no and la, come low, no do no and la, learn blue, you. Ya they are kind of near Jamono, they now flown away. Mosi de got clean, I want one, no, they saw me crown the way. Game while away near because no Blair with your name, we want no son, no time, no, we are no, more than one what you come, Monsignor, car, unload.
The town that I told you, Uben where, Uben Mosi, where.
Town watch, I can't side roll here. Who so deep, Benny? Every time we want to see then, young way. And when you know, we know why so we here. I don't know where no baby we were young, walk low, walk by 4 men because we are what so we.
I want some condia for me and I told him this one for me.
I don't know what I tell you that blood reacted with Mosi be here. Be better on Sian and your boonie have loin. I would and gave lawyer. Some by self loin, Missia Boo, no, you're a mucre, clear, no, not send there. We no cocoa in it at a body way. You want Bololo, you. So, your phones go Parisamo. I know I want we are doing weekly and go and throw. I get it. German, your blood.
Well, this is Toll Town, and the front way of Toll Town, we are heading on to the main part of Toll City, and this is a new community. This is the main entry of Toll City. On my right extreme is another new community, Toll Town, that people are building extensively. See it in Victoria. This is the Jehovah Witness worship area, Watchtower Ministry. On my left, on my right extreme, and we are moving into the main central part of Toll City, Grand County. We are driving slowly. Global warming, climate change is once more taking place here in Grand County. The rainy season is just about to start, and the major road from Tapita is in a very, very deplorable condition once again, and it's just being highlighted. And our views for government to take action. And I'm driving slowly. Talk about this football field. Okay. Well, this is a football field. As you can see, the football field. There's a need for this football field to be relocated. It's been jammed out. Quite recently, there was a game play on this field. So you can see the VIP wing. There's a little VIP wing here. So we need to have a real stadium here. And we're taking a tour around the football field. Right now it's surrounded by so many residents. This is a Wenger Memorial Guest House. This is a guest house that's owned by Mr. Emmanuel Wenger. He's trying his best to raise up the name of this city. I think from a distance you can see Toll Town, the extension of Toll Town. We're making a turning over the map to another part. You can see the football field is not really in a good shape. It's not level. But the young people are trying their best to keep it up, because this is the only place that they have to play their local games. So there's a need. Our brothers and sisters in the United States of America, most of you who play on the field those days, you can help to have the place, rehabilitated, or in fact to relocate the whole field, because the field is very small, the field is rocky, and the young people find it very difficult to play on this field. So this is why we want to highlight this field. You can see here. The erosion is taking over this place. You can see the cracking of the field. Erosion. I just want to show some of you the erosions. So you see motorbikes, vehicles are passing through the field, like the motor road. And you can really see what is obtaining here. Some people are appealing for more help. That's a Wenger Memorial Guest House, owned by Mr. Emmanuel Wenger. Our diaspora Grandidian, totally to be specific, this is Mr. Niresi Kwenwa, one of the astute and outstanding young men in this town, and he's doing well. He mostly invested into the agricultural sector. He's one of the young men who knows much about Tobli, and currently he's serving as the youth president for Tobli Youth for Development. We want to say hello, my young man.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Yuti.
Thank you so much. It's our pleasure to meet you. Young people here, you are the head of them. Tell us, what are some of the major problems affecting young people in Tobli, Grand County?
Well, we got a lot of challenges on hand in Toll Town that are confronting the youth. One is the school priority. Town for now is not a complete high school. And Town is the model school in the district from the 57. The school was built. A lot of people got their education from here. Today they are benefiting from it, and other people are also benefiting from them. But Town now is not a normal high school. And children get in the 10th grade, 11th grade, they're forced to leave from Town to go to Zlatan or Shredru. So it's very difficult for the parents to afford tuition from there to pay rentage. And to even afford all those material that will enable you to be going to school. These are some major problems that the youth are facing right now in Labrador, more especially Grand GEDEH.
So what is the problem for which the school is not maintaining its high school status?
For one reason, we engage the principal or series of time. We make it known to us that the school is lacking of teachers. There are a lot of teachers who are high level of educated people from BSc upward, but then they are refusing to come in interior to teach. So the school is lacking of teachers, and in the absence of competent teachers, the school cannot attain or have school.
Okay, that's good. Before we take leave of you, something that claimed my attention as a local journalist and a national journalist. Total, as we know those days, we all grew up here at a certain point in time. We never used to have disadvantaged youths. Total community have been taken over by lots of disadvantaged youth. By the name formerly known across Liberia, Zokos. The issue about this drugs issue, the proliferation of illicit drugs. Most of our young people, most of our kids, within the range of 14 up to 18 are now addicted to using drugs. What is the problem? Where the drugs are coming from?
Okay, there are many factors in that direction, but I will just draft in one pathway. Those disadvantaged youth that you saw all around Labrador, or even at Totals as well, we need to design our strategies. People that from Grand GEDEH, Labrador at large, that are based in the diaspora, they can put some mechanism into place, or like a trade school that will be available in the community, that those people will be encouraged to learn trade. But right now, a lot of people say graduate from school, no job, people ride motorbike up and down, people are the gold man, and hater scatter, nothing to do. So to keep people out, keep up yourself. Most of our youth then, they feel discouraged, and at the end of the day, they become drug artists. So if there will be a driving school or little skill training schools that will be here, I think they will take advantage of it, and they will be leaving the street completely. And they will do something for themselves tomorrow.
Okay, it's our pleasure talking to you. But we just want you to just lecture us, and if I just do a summary, just within a split of a meaning. The issue about these illegal migrants crossing over from Ivory Coast to Liberia, specifically the Burkinabes, there have been some hallo about their being here. Some favoring, some are non-favoring. As a potential young man, what do you make of their coming over here? Oh,
yes, for now, we will say it's a general basis already. The people came first in sequence, that with the Liberian citizen, the patriotic citizen against, that those people, we did not want for them to enter their land because they were invaded our land. In fact, they enclosed our land secretly through Africa's bordering areas, the bushes road. So, it was our major problem why they were not using the border route. But now some of them are coming over, passing to the border, having their record documents. And the president of the Republic of Labrador, that John Manuel, we are making known that if you want to host those guys, you can host them and work with them. But don't sell land. And if you know that you did not have land, pass by those people and do no business with them. So they are coming to Liberia. Other people are taking advantage to have cocoa farms or to have other farms, people that were not agriculturalists, people that were not even go in the bushes, now they begin basic for their livelihood tomorrow.
So you are indigenous son of this place now. Are you saying that total resolve that everybody have embraced these illegal migrants?
I would say absolutely yes. That
including yourself?
Including my very self now, that we embrace those guys because they are using the border route. For me, I'm a potential farmer. I have farms already before the garden came here. I could say I will not make business with them. I can stay by my words. But there are a lot of youth that they are giving aid to them, and they are working together already. And Labrador is very different. If you have a land and survey your land, nobody get control over you. You have your survey a land and it will be your dealer land where you paying taxes to the government. Anything you want to do on it, you are free to do it. So I mean, you cannot control people to that extent.
So you think how helpful they have been here will be for our future generation to come?
Oh, well, with the future generation for now, I'm also, as a farmer, I'm looking at tomorrow that cocoa production will be on a high level, but in time will come, it will bring little confusion because other Liberians want to buy motorbike, other people want to get in the petty business, money, mobile, changing, selling of minis. I mean, those are what brilliant tomorrow. They might likely do something that will bring confusion tomorrow between they and the Burkinabes.
So,
roughly.
If you think that confusion will come in the future, where will the confusion erupt from?
Their agreement is there where the confusion will derive from tomorrow.
So it
their
means
agreement, yeah.
The agreement is not genuine agreement that they are going.
It's not genuine agreement, and those guys are already invested enough money in time to come. They want to be retrieving their money, and then the agreement is not even made properly. Those agreement is not even made properly.
It's our pleasure talking to you. Thank you. Is there anything you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
Oh well, I would like to say thank you very much for my interview. I mean, I want to say hi. Total as a whole, you know, there are a lot of challenges, but anyway, I'm not will be the one all to speak everything here because we also have our football fee from the 72. It was, I mean, from the 1972, it was the football fee was established. Big brother, then other older guys play on the field. I mean, it's still the same. We try to modify, but it's still the same. So, I mean, it's also our problem too because all our talented boys, all our talents are being buried now because of no good football field. And it's another recreation center too. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm Neresin Kwemon, the youth president of this city, and I'm the son of Jackson B. Kwemon, the former district commissioner of BI district. Thank you very much.
Main entry of the town, this is Tobli, Grand GEDEH County. If you are there following us, this is Tow City. As you can see, the town is getting modern. As compared to more than 15 to 20 years back, if you left from Tow Town, you were not able to see the electricity facility here. But I think right now, one of the biggest developments that have come to this place is the expansion of electricity. So many homes have electricity. This is the Kambaya, the late Omo Kanda, who used to be immigration personnel here. In 1979, according to history, he ran as one of the representatives here. He won the election and not able to take seat because of... Okay. We are here at the Tow Memorial Institute, one of the oldest learning institution in the district. The school was established since 1956, and this school has pulled out a lot of graduates, alumni, most of them who are working in the public and private sector across the globe. And this is a building of the school. The school was just, renovated quite recently under the World Bank project. And the school will be receiving something in the tune of $30,000 United States dollars, but in segment. So the first portion of money has been received, and this is what renovated or rehabilitated the school there, you can see. So we are closely going towards the school building. As you can see, the pupils are taking their exam, that is the third period, or the third marking period exam. So you see the campus is so quiet because most of the kids, they are taking their tests. And the school, it's a semi-high school because they don't have the 12th grade, so I think the school is now running from the elementary division up to the 10th grade, something like that. So the elementary, they come to school in the morning to 12 midday, then from 12:30 onward to 5 o'clock is the secondary division. So the school has been having some problems with teachers, the shortage of teachers. It's hampering the survivability of the school. So there's a need to do that's Grand Union. Anything from here, you also come the school here. So try my best. The principal of the school is Mr. Otelo Chobo. So Mr. Chobo want to say good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you.
To this special video documentary.
All right. It's a pleasure having you on the campus. You are welcome.
Thank you.
great.
Let's talk a bit about the school. For this academic year, tell us what is the status of the school? Are you running a full high school right now?
Yeah, according to STATUTORY, we are full high school. Just the fact that we don't have 12th grade this year, but we already give the full high school status. But the issue that have to do with teachers and their students, so because of that, we have not been having 11th and 12th grade. But this year we go up to 11th grade. So hopefully we might be having 12th grade next school year.
So currently you have 10th grade?
We have 10. We have 10th grade enough. Encouraging number in the 10th grade.
Okay.
That's the 11th grade we are still tackling over.
What are some of your major challenges in terms of impacting knowledge into the students?
Yeah, challenges have to do with teachers, and then less number of students in the senior high division. So being the challenge really is focusing on teachers that we're supposed to use as a means of attracting more students.
So what is it that we are not having the number of students that's supposed to be occupying these classes at the secondary division? What is the contributing factors?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It have to do with teacher mainly. Teacher is the main, because some students too, they're looking at the caliber of teachers that is in the school, and that's what can make most of them to remain within a particular school. But you know, the issue of teacher basically have been a nationwide problem, and you know, this is a rural area where people don't really have an interest of coming here. People want to go to the cities where they will be teaching 2 or 3 schools, and you know, but here it doesn't happen that way. So most of the teachers don't want to stay here. So those of us that are here trying our best to be here. We are just very few, just that we are making sacrifice to be here.
Are there any appeal or any assistance you would like to need from citizens from this town currently based in the U.S.?
Surely, exactly. Many appeals, but you don't. Human problem, there are many.
Yeah,
so you will not be able to address them. The bigger one we're looking at is the issue of teacher resident. Because if we have teacher resident, whenever you talk to somebody, where they will not be able to pay money for research and then buy food, at least they will try their best to stay for some time. If they even decide to leave again and pay for another transfer, you can still use that money again to bring in other people. So we really need a teacher resident. If we have that teacher resident, it will be a helpful thing.
But there were teachers resident on the way to be constructed. So why is it that that project hasn't been completed? We heard that you had some catch, or the local authority has some catch in setting time in point to constructions of teacher resident.
I don't know why the community have to look at it to just go in breeze, because that resources, that money they were given to the community because of a social agreement that they have with a mining company that were here too. And according to the information, they received 3,000. And that 3,000 theater policies, they want their money to either be spent on hospital or education. And so they came up with the agreement that they want to use it on education. So they decided to give that money to the commissioner, the former commissioner. And he was handling that money. But I don't know why the community have to just look at it, the commissioner mismanaged the form. So that should have been something that the community is supposed to prompt into and really direct it, the implementation of that project. Because it is something that for their own benefit. And that money just went in breeze and the work is just revealed like that.
Okay, Mr. Chobo, it's our pleasure talking to you. We can not talk to just one student, we'll talk to one of the faculty staff, they will close on this location.
All right.
This is Fire Bobo. Fire Bobo is I guess he's a dean of student or vice principal of administration, if I'm not mistaken. Can you get me right?
Point of correction, I'm not vice principal of administration, not a dean of students.
So you just a merit teacher?
I'm just a merit teacher.
Okay, it's great talking to you. Okay, Fire, tell us, how you feel here, my man. You from Monrovia now, you took an assignment here.
Well, in the first place, I want to say thank you so much. You are wholeheartedly welcome on the campus of the Tobe Memorial Institute. right now, as you see, the students all around, they are just writing their second marking period test. So you are wholeheartedly welcome. Well, in the first place, because of the passion, and then we came in this county as National Youth Volunteers. We were sent here by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and then later we were employed by the Ministry of Education. So we are 4 employees of the Ministry of Education because of the passion, and then we came up based on our qualification. We came up, that's how the school was elevated to the full-fledged high school.
So while you're here, although you're here and government sent you here, so what level of cooperation are you having with the parents in terms of you working together collaboratively to impart knowledge into the kids?
Well, to admit, it's just that because of some of we have the passion for being around here. But when in terms of cooperation, like some of them, they are not wholeheartedly welcoming, and there are still challenges, especially we coming from that end, and we have to rent to stay here in this county. We have to rent, and we have to pay their bill. So all of the little cent that government is giving us, it's just because of the passion. That's why we are here. So we depend only on the government salary, and then to meet up our ends meet.
So it means that you are extending an appeal that they can have resident or residential area, you know, directed for teachers.
One of my recommendations to government is that they should see a need, and one of those needs should be that they should have incentive given to teachers that will be the rural end, you know, so that that will be able to attract teachers. Now when they're giving them let's say residential areas, because teachers who are of us who have the same qualification, we are making the same salary, and then some of them sit in those cities, and then they don't pay transportation to get their salary, and we are here. The same little salary they're giving us, we have to pay some $3,000-$5,000 to go and come before we can get it. So based on this, I mean, some of our colleagues will not be able to have themselves to come in this end here to be teaching. So if they create a residential area for teachers, of course, it will be welcoming.
Okay, before we leave you, there are lots of guys who have attended this school, they are living out of this school, some of them based in the diaspora. They really want to know what is obtained on ground. So if you would like to suggest or recommend, what kinds of assistance would you like them to provide you to keep your work going?
You mean personally for me?
Not you personally, but...
Okay, for the institution, well, my recommendation to those guys in the diaspora is that you should see reason if there is means to buttress government effort here by making sure that we can have some additional teachers added to us, so we can have a full high school in this place. Because we have some basic lapses when it comes to the sciences area, and then we need some teachers to add up to us so that we can have a full high school in this place. With the number of teachers here, we are actually stranded. You know, one teacher teaching 4-5 classes and 2-3 subjects. You know, that is a burden. And from government policy, we should not be doing nothing. You know, at least every teacher, teacher teaching here from Monday to Friday, it shouldn't be that way, and you not be very effective. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, some resting periods. So those are some of the challenges we are having around here, and if you guys in the diaspora can help us, we'll have to embrace it. And I mean, you know, those are some of the things that actually.
All right, Fire, thank you. I just leveled something I want to get it right from the principal. I see the other building is in a better shape and the other one is in this shape. Mr. Principal, can you tell us what is happening?
Yes, we are still doing renovation. The government projects that is the school grade. The school grade will receive half of it, and half of it that what is used for the building, and we are expecting the bottom half. So we already use 50%, around 50%. So as soon as 50% bottom arrive, we'll start targeting the other building for the project continuation.
So how much was it were you to receive it? You receive 50% of it?
It's 20,000 United States dollars.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. It's our pleasure talking to you guys.
Thank you.
So okay, this is the main commercial part of this city, Toll City. As you can see, they're getting so much busy. Music sounds are everywhere. So Toll Town is changing gradually. The face of Toll Town is changing gradually. You see, there are lots of businesses. Very actively, people are moving here and there. You see vehicles parking alongside the road. So, it's a program I want to go here, a wedding program. stream. This is Liberia National Police, charge of water. Liberia National Police, charge of water. Charge of water. So this is the road that leads to the commissioner compound, the silver compound. This is the administrative seat of BI district. This is a major raw street of Coast City, Grand GEDEH County. Another part of this area is the general market, Coast City General Market. So we can go and see the market where our local food is being served to the public. This is a market. This is a new market. I think we can talk to some of the marketers. We will talk to some of them. Come, let me talk to you.
I said, yellow moke yellow pepper. They we eating Africa like mommy speaking. Hello?
Mommy who?
Mommy Pajibo.
Which one is the moke? Yeah, been in.
Get it done. Yeah, we were to boom. Take the quino. I said, yeah, I did it. That must be more.
So,
Yeah.
this is Brother Brown Omega Jack. He hails from GBARZON district, from Bo specifically. He also visiting Liberia from the diaspora, and we'll also see what he make of his visit here and what are some of the good things that Brown is seeing here. Because I think, Brown, this is your second time visiting here.
Second time, correct.
So I think, I don't know, but you can speak up about that. What do you see as a change since your second visit here?
That's a very good question. Brother Gabriel, Brother Yuti, thank you so much. Thank you, first of all. You guys are the one holding the ground. And when we come here, we have to first meet with you to make sure, that everything is fine. This is my second time, as you rightly pointed out. I came here first in 2019. When I came here, we met again, we came to the place there. We interacted. At the time, the radio station here had a little problem.
Yeah.
And you guys are going around, to collect a little money. This is my second time. My mom is in here, Peace Radio. I feel very strongly, there's a need. Anytime mom makes a trip to reach over to Tour Town. And the reason for that is that, like for me, in my case, my mother lives in town here. And she's very old. She can't do practically anything for herself. So if I just stay in Moravia and send for her, for me, that's ungrateful to you. Because you guys are the one helping her, taking care of her. So there's a need for me to come here, see you, and speak to you. Having said that, with respect to the nature of the town, when I came here in 2019, the town was still struggling as far as electricity is concerned. I visited even the district commissioner at the time, Mr. Watson. I went up there. I was asking, what are you guys doing with the electricity? It's not even consistent. With the second visit, the electricity is consistent. The town practically is electrified. That's number one. It is due to you guys, your effort. You guys are the one, that bring this thing to light with respect to what is going on. This is you are a journalist, right? As a journalist, part of your responsibility is to make sure you bring these things to light. So I want to say thank you to that effect. The second thing is the ponds. Okay, one of the ponds now is the road network. The road network is very, very full, especially when it rains, which is not your responsibility. It is the responsibility of the national government. Question then is, when did we start having this problem? This problem has been existing from the time Liberia was established 1822, up to the point we had our independence 1847. We have had successive presidents coming and going, and the road system has not been prioritized. That is a big issue. That is a big issue. So sometimes guys come from overseas,
and they just stop in Monrovia. The reason for that is that the road is bad. The road is bad. But some of us, we just want to make the sacrifice, irrespective of the road network, to still come here and see it for ourselves instead of people telling us, instead of we seeing it on Facebook. The road network is one of the major issues. One of the major issues for this county. The second thing is, this is a market. You see the market? This is a market. Practically, there's nothing to purchase. Why? There's no pepper, no bitter ball, no grains, no palm nut. When we are in a rural area, what is going on? What is going on? Are we not making use of the fertile farmland that we have? What is going on? Have our people lost interest in farming? That's another issue I have. That I have seen. You know, I think we as a people, we need to work. We can have a kind of communal farming, wherein the youth, the old folks in the town, we can just make one particular farm to feed us. We can do that. We can do that. Food. When the road is bad, food becomes very expensive. Things are very expensive. I was trying to do a little repair on the house, and for 3 days we've been looking for cement. We can't even find cement. Cement. Town is a transit area from GBARZON, from Africa, from Monrovia. Are you telling me that we can't find cement in this place? What are we doing?
Because of the road network?
Because of the road network. So the major problem is the road. But because of that road network, we are having other issues. When people struggle and bring food over here, they will have to sell them expensive, simply because of the road network. So, I mean, I know we have more time to talk, but in short, those are some of the things that I've seen. Number one, with respect to development, the town is electrified. You know, we are not struggling too much now with that issue, but I think there's more we need to do as a people. Development, I agree, is a gradual process. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. But I think we are on the right path. We are on the right path. And before I end, my dear brother, before I end, let me make this clear. As I said, we have more time to talk. If the radio station is functional, I will not hesitate to come over there and have a conversation with you guys. But with all these things I have listed with respect to development, the question is, how do we elect our leaders? Election is coming up. A year from now on, we'll be having election. How do we elect our leaders? These are things that should be front and center as far as the campaign is concerned. But when we are having these issues, we can't feed ourselves. Okay? We can't feed ourselves. Our road network is very poor. The leaders we have in the capital, they should be able to make our case. So your decision should not be based on the fact that you are related to someone. It should be based on the fact that this person is capable of doing the work. Election time, people will be coming and talking, giving speeches. But the decision we make will have far-reaching consequences on our future. I just want to make that note. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. It's our pleasure talking to you because this will add to this documentary because it's like you are a direct representative from the U.S. From the GBARZON district. When and visiting here, you will highlight most of these things, adding on to what we're doing now.
Thank you.
So thank you. It's our pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you so much.
As you can see, the Fifth Healing Temple of Assemblies of God Church is one of the oldest church here in Grand GEDEH. And this church was being pastored by Pastor Amos Toll, but right now he's old, but he's still in the church and still supervising the church. Currently they have the church pastor as Dio Sabavilis. So this is a major route that is leading to Swedru, the capital. This is in this town. So I think you can picture Total. You can picture Total if you are from Total, and if you grew up here, picture this place. You can still picture this place. This is the Taige community as before. In fact, it's still before. So Taige. So this is Taige. And we're using the back route of the city. And this place used to be the EEC field, the nursery field where you used to have the EEC nursery. So if you were here and you did some vacation job here on that very reef, some of you young guys now in the US, you can remember this place. So we're still driving through, still in Tool Town, very big community, very big town, big city.
So where are we at?
This is the dog part of the dog community. It's a still very big one. You see this modern building. People are constructing modern areas. Touring this area. Okay, we are detouring. We are getting back on the major highway that is heading to Zedge. Highway, but still in the Tool City environment. Driving the stream, the extension of the Taige area, the Taige community. And from the left extreme, you can see this is the latest development that have come here in improving the education sector. So this is the Lutheran Elementary School. The Lutheran Mission. This is the Lutheran Mission, fully sponsored by the Lutheran Church in Liberia. Also heading to one of the schools within Tool City. That is the Tender Care International School. It's owned by the Baptist Mission. Major highway that is leading to Zedge. This is a route that we are traveling slowly. So this is a new community. Total is getting big into city. This is Peace Island community, the new community in Tool City, Grand Gila County. This is a Peace Island community. It comprises of more than 500 houses, and people are still constructing in that area. Yeah, people are still constructing. Side by side. All right. Right now we are right at the magisterial court. This is the Tool Town magisterial court. You can see there on the inscription on the wall, Tool City Magisterial Court, BI District, Grand Gila County, the judiciary branch. But we can just pass around and do some. Doing, and we can just strictly go in and take the route of going to the funeral home. That is the Tool City funeral home. And this funeral home is constructed by A.B. Davis and managed by A.B. Davis. But before the funeral home, you have other development projects ongoing alongside. People are extending right now. This is a new construction, you can see. Very big city. The truck you see there is heading from Zedge. It's a tanker, just been providing petroleum to other businesses in Zedge City, Grand Gila County. This is the Tender Care International School. You just drive in and come back on the road. You drive into the Tender Care International School. So, as you may be aware that Tool Town now is inhabited by more than 5,000 inhabitants. 5,000 inhabitants. The school TMI cannot cater to all of the kids. So this is the Tender Care International School. Lieutenant Care School. You can see the Baptist Mission. This is the Baptist Mission. Projects are ongoing here in Toll City branch in the county. You can see this building. It's a store space, and now it's under construction, but when it is completed, they're going to be giving it out on a rentage so that people can sell there and pay back to them. Yeah. And this is built by some diaspora Nigerian. So we are right at the funeral home. Right now at the funeral home. Right now on the funeral home. The funeral home is where we are. Although it's not to the standard that people want it, it's not to the standard, but it's just being managed because there have been some problem here whenever death occur because of bad road connectivity. Taking cops from here to Zvedru is challenging. So every day deemed it necessary to have an extension here. So this is the funeral home for now. And this has been helping our people although. But there's a need to talk to him to improve it. Like others try to politicize it. In fact, they want to close it down and what have you. The EPA people are coming and they did their own assessment, but there's a need to improve it. But actually to admit, it's helping because currently as we speak, there are cops in here. But they lack electricity and other basic necessities. So there's a need that you can talk about it to improve it instead of telling him to close it. Because if you're taking cops from here to Zvedru, you're going to be paying something close to $400 to $500 United States dollars. Then whenever you're also going to be paying for the stay there, you pay for vehicle, casket, and you name it. So this is the funeral home. This is the entire compound. Yeah, still being managed by. It's located almost at the outskirts of the town, heading on to Seniwen on the Zvedru Highway. So this is the direct location of the place, as you can see here. And highlighting developments and other challenges confronting our people in Toll City branch of the company. I would like to say, keep following us. This is the main entry of the administrative seat of the district, that is the district commissioner compound. This place used to be a residential area of the woman from the border, K-Right, the Dennis. This place is owned by the late Tommy Shade from Djibouti town. And as we going down the hill, Common Zawi, they used to be here those days. A lot of people now are this water is take this one is a take. Yeah, they divide this community take it and the compound community. This residence owned by Command Silver Governor, the full town right here. This is the Matari area, those is Junior Matari, the late Junior Matari area, the part of the area. And the place is owned by Irison Gay, his father, Gigwa. This is Common Gigwa area, the late Gigwa. So we are moving straight. Sound you're hearing there, where the Yato, this is their central office. Doing mineral exploration here. But there are a lot of noise about their being here. The citizens are complaining that they are not directly benefiting from their being here. This is the UNHCR transit. This place is used as a transit taken from the refugee camp in Solo Town and other area. And of course, they can depart for their home country, Cote d'Ivoire. This is the big hall, and it can sometimes be used to host some guests. The town hall, the city hall, the town hall. But after the war, it was damaged and it was renovated by the UNHCR. So UNHCR are using it right now. Yeah. So the UNHCR are using this place. This is the transit, the main transit point. This tower, you can use the UNHCR to use it for communication. And you see the flag there. This is the administrative seat of the district. We have the Grand GEDEH flag. Then we have the flag of the Republic of Liberia. So this is the major seat of the district, the commissioner resident. Honorable Milton Shaki, promising young man who just took over the district from William Quatis. William Quatis is our outgoing commissioner, but these are administration, so we cannot talk much about that. But however, currently he serves as an acting commissioner with the authority invested into him to steer the affairs of this place. So he's our own son, Milton Shati. I think for all of you guys in the US, you know who is Milton Shati. And we've been interacting with him. He's a brother, he's a son. So Mr. Shati, well, it's a good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations since you took over as commissioner for this district. But our people in the US, in the diaspora, totally citizen, they want to hear from you because you are running the affairs of this place, managing the lives of our people, helping our people to improve their living standard and what have you. But from the local administrative perspective, how is it like with our people?
Well, I can say things are okay, most especially when it comes to the district administration. I think I'm doing my best, and I've been deployed by the citizens of the district. But one thing that I'm concentrating on is this company, the second, the theater, they all been working in the district, and the citizens, the young staff of the district, they are not benefiting. Take for instance, citizens went to work and gave theater an area so that they will build their own camp. As you can see now, when we are in session, more especially a daily function of our administrator, the noise of this heavy equipment cannot give us chance. So actually we try to find out how theater managed to come up the compound, because this is a confined area of the district administration. So I've taken this issue to the county authority. And the county authority has written the theater management so that we will meet in Swedru, so they will clarify the doubt of this administration, how they got to the compound. So these are some of the things we've been working on. Again, I was in Swedru when the radio station worker called on me that the station is down because of no current. And in the past, the memorandum of understanding was specified in the memorandum of understanding. It specified that SECON is the one to provide current for the radio station. And so, since the radio station does not have current now, our people, they don't have the means, to get information. These are things I'm working after. So for now,
I went to Secom, try to meet the manager, and the manager was not present. But the worker at the Secom tower there, they said because they lack of fuel. But they are using solar plates that's supplying Secom. But up to present, the radio station is off. So I tried to get in contact with the president of Toby Development Association so that they all can come together, including the Secom management, so as to revisit the memorandum of understanding. This is what we've been doing.
Okay, now
quite recently we went to Swedru, where the president, His Excellency George Oponwia, donated 16 motorbikes for my paramount chief, for the federal paramount chief within the county, the 3 vehicles. So we went there to see how the distribution will go on. And we went there, my people, my paramount chief from the district, they were successful by receiving their motorbikes. So, this is what we've been doing. But for the administration, we're doing our best. And I want to say thanks for all of you to come and view the compound today.
Okay, you just make some emphasis on this mineral exploration company that been here for some time. Since you took over as commissioner, have you engaged them on how they are going about their activities and how citizens?
Our letter, we have come to operate within your district. Then upon that, we call a mass meeting so that the citizen and the company will sit together. Then we come out to a memorandum of understanding. What the company have to do for the citizen, all of these things will be specified in the memorandum, but nothing like that. In fact, I was so surprised when I engaged the company, they told me that they are leasing from Red Cross, and this compound does not belong to Red Cross. This is why, got me angry, and I reported the company, I completed the company to the county authority. So up to present, the investigation is ongoing.
Okay. Finally, there are other issues that we're going to be talking about here. It's very paramount. You work with the outgoing commissioner, Honorable Quartus, as inspector of the district. Based on your good work, you ascended to being a commissioner of this place by you being appointed by the government. The issue about these illegal migrants who continue to intrude into this district to carry on farming activities with our people. Tell us how they're going about these agreement, these forest contractual agreement with our people, because you people are the vast jury of the president and you have the mounted authority into your hands. Now, report we're receiving that most of these people are entering into the kind of a book agreement with our people, ranging from 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, you name it. What do you make of this? What's your own recommendation when it comes to this kind of an agreement? Because it creates a kind of a condition where it might create problem in the future. So what is your take on what is prevailing here in the district?
Thank you, Gabriel. In administration, you can't put all of the embarrassing situation, to place at once. We are doing this step by step. Why it is unfair that people will come from Burkina Faso to just come and enter our forest and start doing, illegal farming, this, that. But most over, I blame our own people because they are the one who are in close contact with Burkina Bees, land that they now own. Then they say, this is my land. They give it out to the Burkina Bees, and Burkina Bees start working. In fact, I've been receiving series of reports that they play where they're working. No woman should go there to break wood. These things, they are hampering our people. So, we're trying our best to put this situation to rest. If there is no concrete agreement, obviously, Gabriel, you will know that Milton is working. I'll put every one of them. I'll stop every one of them to not to work, because you can't come from Burkina Faso by the way of Ivory Coast and enter Toll Town, go into the forest and start working. Who gave you the forest? No one knows. People who try to import those Burkina Faso will call them to book. They don't want to come. So the Burkinabes, together with our own citizens, they are in problem with the district administration. So we are doing it, and we call a mass meeting again to advise them that if there is no concrete agreement, they should stop their work.
All right, it's a pleasure talking to you, brother. I don't know what legacy are you setting with those agreements, whether you are review most of the contractual agreements from across these villages, how people are going into with these people, because it had a propensity to spark a conflict in the near future. Like somebody who passed 50 years already, going into an agreement for 40 years, what hope do you have to live for 30 years? At the end of the day, the foreign national claim the forest, and you take a legal stand and say, I bought this place. And other relatives will come about and want to pursue the case. And by, the whole place, will just sparkle into confusion. So I don't know whether you have gone about to do a touring of this area to be able to review some of these contractual agreements.
To be exact with you, I just took over the district not too long, even though I served in the past as inspector of the district. But to be exact with you, there is no concrete agreement made with our people. I've been touring the entire district. You cannot reach anywhere to say this is the paper with this Burkinabe or with a group of Burkinabes and myself. Nothing. Our people doesn't have concrete agreement with Burkinabe.
So it means it put our people at risk, and the future is also at risk.
Surely. That's the right.
Okay. Now you're speaking as leader of the people of this district. Your sons and daughters, brothers and sisters are based in the diaspora. Mm-hmm. They would like to hear from you. If you would like to appeal for an assistance in improving the livelihood of our people, most especially in the area of healthcare delivery services, the area of education, and you name it, which area will you focus your appeal? Total.
Well,
specifically about total.
Thank you. Most of the time, people in the diaspora and ourselves, at times we communicate with one another. But moreover, I like the kind of visit like this, because this one will also carry our message through, so that the people there will also understand our plight on the ground. We are here, and in the past, the outgoing commission tried to undertake a project, and the project became a failure. The project in which the theater company gave $3,000, that project became a failure. These are some of the things that removed the commission from its place. So, but it's good.
When you say project, what are you referring to?
A teacher quarter. The commission wanted to build a teacher quarter, so he asked the company theater to help in building that quarter. But when the money was given, the money was mismanaged by the commission. So for this time around, we all from Town, and we will now see our students, because teachers from different areas, when they say weekend, they go back to where they come from for on a weekend. So now they stay there 2-3 days. Students go to school, they will not meet their teacher. So the teacher quarter is very much important. I want the people, in the USA to also assist us so that we will complete this project. This project is very much important to us. So I want to make that appeal. Besides that, our people here, they should also, try to assist our people, because we want to build a guest house. A guest house, it is a project that the council will ever put in. And we already have an area to build this guest house. But, things are not forthcoming. So when they sit down there too, they should be able to think on that, to assist the council of Edda, so that this guest house project will continue.
Your citizens are complaining, they are appealing for ambulance services in most of our report across this district, in terms of where people get sick from BIE border, people get sick in Bloomtown, people get sick in other areas. accessing ambulance from Zwedru is very difficult. So are you now making an appeal for ambulance to be here, where it will be stationed here to buttress government effort to take the sick to the hospital?
We wrote a letter of request to the president from two towns who control the other citizens in the U.S. We wrote a communique and we sent it. The hospital or the clinic in Piaita also, appealing to our people in the USA so that they will improve this clinic by even finding means so that this clinic will get ambulance. That's what we wrote in the past, and we sent it. But up to present, we have not received any response. So we want to use the opportunity again to appeal to them, because our area here, we got a lot of villages around Tow Town, and some villages are accessible to road, but there's no ambulance. So motorbike cannot carry a pregnant woman on the bike. It's very, very much dangerous. So we stay appealing to them to at least assist the clinic with ambulance.
Okay. Mr. Shate, if there's anything that we haven't touched and you would like to talk about?
Another thing I want to say is that I am calling upon the host of all of the Burkinabes that on the 20th of this month will be a mass meeting. I mean the host of Burkinabe, because report reaching my office today is that there are some Burkinabes that are doing hunting presently in the district. And in Tow Town, we don't want to see any of them to tow single barrel for hunting. So I'm calling the host of all of the Burkinabes on the 20th so that we'll have a mass meeting and post stops to this kind of thing. Because this thing will bring chaos to our district.
Okay, thank you. Traditionally, we are going into the town, Tow Town, that is the main Tow Town that gave birth to the city today. This is the Assembly of God Church. It's the Assembly of God Church. This is the private residence of the former commissioner of Jackson. Tow Town. This is the main Tow Town, the central part of Tow Town that gave birth to the city today. This is where they used to have the police shop those days. There used to be a big shop, a provisional shop. It's very historic. So, but right now it's being inhabited by Reginald P. So you see the place have changed. And this other area now, let's get into the town there. Bojira.
Central Tow Town.
So, my man, I want to come on, Blake, Bojira.
A Blue, Conju, I'm complaining because any day can wear more manual Blair. Bad days, you are Saturday, the way you go.
Now, when come away, I didn't hear, Tenya, the large tea and I can't come on, can you never
This CG were clear. This Yagia is Sana Tenya, you never jump. We can there, Saturday, we are being at your SM1. We went to New Year break the end of Fesa near me as I in the idea. Now, found Duquan. I'm thinking they do.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we now I found Duquan. So, I said, I will be a Muranya. And they're going to weigh on Sefi.
So, they won't not get young, I know for all the annual.
I know control. You want one did and
to the one must have blue and blame must have blue. Okay, who can go?
Kaki and since I GC chair. One point, no, I now can be on crying, quacking, Kukule, what per dear. Name for Karam and for the own bank quacky chair.
Go? That thing I am, boy, and there, balloon and I there, and
block boots on loan.
Thing I can make a
thing I say, I know. This is I'm
eke jana ke ka jana en moji dewe
den de manu na tin ne
tenyan do ta ga ka pour ble mien ble prêter do wa mien
all right that's cool Bob. Bob won.
Yeah.
Okay. We are here, so they pull down the main part of it. This is the newly constructed house of Brother Jackson Duo, the Duo family. Historically, the Omen Pride area that you see a grave way beyond there, way down, way yonder there. And this is the house of Omen Moses Pride, one of the sons of Pride. So these are historic area. And you can see right in front of your house there is a flagpole. And according to history and other interview for him recently, that place used to be the flagpole of the late Paramountchief Pride. You know, this used to be his residential area and his office. So it's very historic. That's the flagpole there of the late Paramountchief Pride. So you can also point your camera at his grave. This is the house. That's the Paramountchief Pride house there. That's the house of Omen Pride. So this is his grave. The former Paramountchief Pride. Let me see whether my memory can serve me right, but I haven't really seen the inscription here on the. It's like 19.
It is.
Really, I don't know. It said born. I don't know.
1908.
1908, and he died.
And he say 1986.
1986.
Yeah.
So this is what we're seeing, but it's not really clear. So burials are these are taking a very, very long time. Yeah. So this is Choman Cry house. The place you see way back there. And right now the winner pastor. Yeah. So
Papa Joe used to live around here.
Yeah. Right? Omen Joe house is way back there. The Omen way back there. Omen Joe house.
Omen Joe house is the one at the back there.
That's the house of Omen Joe.
And then this is GBARZON house.
Most of the time, cry. Do big boy on there or one cry. Job you cloud or big blow like yeah. One yeah. You know, clean or give what they clean. Yeah, you are see what you. Oh.
Oh, I blow or see.
Then when I know big boy. Or see how to take you la. And one blow and yara or Omen cry. Former Paramountchief Cry or flare polo. Ula Babe sell Jida, Ula or Jida, sell sound. Now history, and I like that. You're black here because it's historic. We swim where any here. So I'm standing the flare pole is like the soldier there. And I see the iron here. This is the iron and the flag. You know, gotta put on the flag every morning and bring it down. So it's very historic is what I'm standing here. And this is a beautiful house of Omen Moses Cry. You see his beautiful purple suit here sitting here, you know. We right in front of the house. Oh, big boy on there. Omen Moses Cry. Omen Moses Cry, I want you.
No, to say the one you la, the Bobian for the word you could.
Okay, yeah, I know what you
does, huh? I put you a quick good morning, Waji.
Okay, Pape, Mono, Elo, or Timu, TMU, for blow a come on, we blame Pape.
We will come in. Yeah, well, I play a body boy. Yeah, then probably we are the video Ella de Coya, Yamo. We are black for we and what can be used here. Can DBK Jan DBK a boy and you know about nothing. So upon I only will be a one of big club. I move calm want to get there with me. Yes, a bear yet or no become the debit in the bottom. Oh, right now, Maluba Deba, Edo, Chi, just a commission. Said the mayor, I may be poor and be a weapon.
Our Jaras, I know, or one who don't to be you, and equibly, and you have to be a bar, blow a can 1 year, 1 point, where Kawama will ban 1 year.
Right now, a bear away. Then you know, I can't be here. I can't be secondly. I can't bear. I know who can work with me. We are working now. Beginning to queer, I'm where we jam. Hello, Baisa. Yeah, when we are there, Mama, we are there. And we are who don't want just when no one will. I want what you talk to or check the venue. en voilà pour un lui un état clair ou pour là le donner à blé bar me cla de sur un mois bason de sur un mois radio nera essabi ho kanté homo kanté so akwa wije on mi an de jalo yin de fla de clever so ye right now adiga aske ale kuilo bi apai abaya e onwa le mbike kula nyombike pa mbike clever do so e dia so àwọn plan yon bi anyanda da kuilo we clever nyomu clever buken we sabo mu sabo to wa ni ala janja na anu nyayo e onwa bro yin ye won mi nyayo an all our we and we won cry nda be without for see Europe no clear na lo ya be kiya won to li to all of the lo ko yin won o yin na lo eswa so without e won ready e mo ready una grandpa lo da lo tin ale je ni auto tiganta to jan le yin ya o la no mu lo ready lo la o sre nwa nyo bo wen ya wo mo tan ti yo mo nu pa ti yo enu ni so a clear na nyo lu clever jala we la lo bia we ya bu ka ga nyo lu ya be mu bo la a ble pa na a du ya kula e kun ti a fo no a chi a mo mo nya yo blu na li lo we la ble ka bai mo kli ba ka ka ni la ja je nu na ja wa wi we must see and we are black anyway. Here they were black. Right now, poor Maggie, a 1 April, my banyu swa, a bob gablaye, a bob loyong bar. Placid at dinner. K.T.S.O.K. on 1 T.L. for district for 2 cities. No debit here. Ada Russia, Quebec Tempuna, or that slepo for warrior will relocate. No joy, we are go yet on where. Ne kaji swada so mo wani nuwa ya blala mo yu mo klaye mo ma nyu bisia impose ko ke e mo nwa sefu ya ju ate ana ju we jiga we nyina mo ya wuala we ya ju libon du so America we jiga la sia nwa Moses M cry theater cry we abian fodra wa je ne de chero lu we po anyu so asu impossible que quand quoi que billet et en dia do point nous bo fan plie quand ba ñu soit ko ba ñu soit
so ils vont le paiement plie à la le développement nous voyant paiement plie à la
lui a plie à des projets de Canada janja et mon plan continue ça la a blé les won a wala pepi bien et tourbillon plan pour oublier bleu na tourbillon bleu la bola mo kena tin ya na we de asina la lo di be me ya ta boa poe
boya we
e mo ta ho poe ya e bleu we be e bu chira i kon plan bi a so na atena sinde a bu na bu enu lobo wa we ne edmo pepa e wuli foi awe de tubo la bi aja pa la mo abe a cheye ne bi go kla ya yu di si so onyo se ti boye abasun wọ́n ní àràjà tí bá ní ẹ̀nà ìkòfí ní ẹnu sẹ́tì ẹ̀mọ́ ní àdúgbò náà kó sọ́mọ́ gọ́ọ̀bù lọ kílẹ̀wẹ̀ kan wílò ojú ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀nù lọ́jú ọ̀nù nyáyójú ọ̀nù dèwé àpọ̀ ọ̀bùlẹ́nu mọ̀jú tó àwé tó ń gbé yẹ ní àgbọ̀sán ìyànú jọ̀sẹ̀ yẹ tó wá sukú dẹ́wẹ̀ yẹ ní àràbọ̀ ẹ̀jí yẹ àbọ̀sẹ̀ yẹ òye tí yàn mẹ́ja ó yẹ̀nà ju wá mùsùlùmù rí ànú yín dẹ́ ó ànú yín dẹ́ oníkẹ́rù ni.
Aye ndita yes mana we ula mo si ujiga u nyinyo lu waida lo ula ne wapo uge mo edebonu waya nyo lu gbiyan dia we mola mo si da kene waya iski nyo we ka waya ya delu ni we ka
waya ala uja dia ula wa we akla we pebanu yala se wa bia cha uli So why you mo bile? You know as ya lu ara bile an. Kula o. Ulo mo si yin o ji a. O bile we. O ti de ba. E no de agba la ti di be.
Yeah, must get there more to be more who can not bow.
I say one year who foresaw and die, you know, mostly. So I say, one can you say, one can't say, and you're around and be must get a crowd, more I say, possibly, it must say, or just for one as my opinion, Claudia will cast at the way so okay. This working with what I'm back and class, Mamuna Baba back. About what bandy, Ula in back and we are no clever idea and do Ula, who's what they were. Or you demean your way. You send the meaning on to me, yes, in the you were. You don't want
the yard of the GBARZON. This is Samuel Bear Jila grave. I think all of you there, you know who is Samuel Bear Jila. He used to be here because he is one of the astute statesmen of this county. And this is her house. This is Man Doris Juan house. President Doris Juan is the township commissioner for the Duo township here. So we're also going to Omen James Shoro. Omen James Shoro is one of the senior elder here. And this is the toll area in the GBARZON here. We met up with Omen James Shoro. So I think he's going to tell us about these graves. I think Omen Shoro will tell us more about it. So we're there from probably in America. We're here in the GBARZON. This place is very historic. You see our elder Omen James Shoro is very strong. So Omen Shoro will tell us more about the history of the place. And you tell us about total small, how everything going here with our people right now. And show to wait or no senior error don't to be where as this year or no senior error error council way don't be district no claro or do away or do history away. So at the last year, one you have to be you know, you have to be a silver with no video. You want development BK, you want problem, you have one way to BK. That really winning. I saw what I can see. More tower. I want to bleed, you have to be up more way. I want to come on bleed, probably giving it out.
I believe I went bleed 10 years. I believe 10 years. Ne nuri kana ni aten nuri di ape apoye je won Burkina Faso yon gara blo kan onwa blo onyin yaji ta yo se kon ne do ne ta yo se mo ne do ta se mo do mu a won blo ajoye po nu de ju po so ta bo je yon te ka nu ra je bo ro ya me je wadru yin ya ta se jiba ne do ne a kuri kra nu Burkina Faso yon ne a se ke kra di a kra tu kra weji ne ba ne. They are running for that. They are 10 years, 1944, President Thomas, Bara, 1944. War now blood also all the way through boy, war year or Mukipa Muniobli. Tiana say, you know, Blake Angela Degi, one Angela. War Pena Tobli, or people be down one country Jew. Also, Maryland, we are covered. Did that we or do together. One right now, Korean or more or see Maryland. On a blood claim, Pello, also our pensably, so Sabri pensably, corner claim or more or see Maryland. The Tiana, one badge chair, badgy one, and you get a schedule tabli. The tabli, I am for on Maryland. It's around River Jesus of Sino. We can't get to the table. The tea and the table are at Tuamua and Fasunka, the table, 1957 being a doiner, a bad yam one by the Fasun, which means I'm tapping, Robo tapping. There was scare car as Yana, for a Mutuba, and pay 25 cents, you are in a Mutuba. Who say, buy a woman. Yet, only way at Wamuloti and you were come to boil, or were far too much trouble 50-70. On tape of the air, we ba du je we du la to bli je e ba chen be e pe e di do you see je ti an come on blow on ya mo ji ne de kra ne aso ngai ne je ablara Burkina Faso de apo e we enyina ha tan ya si yo de dia kra di kre pe kon de kre pe ni mi a kre pe de kra se ne ne tu kra na wa po ne boy ne we blu ai ne time mu we ye dai pon e hon ti do che we ne se ne so anu de nyina ha tan jan de gbore da mu na tan yen de apo ne je to bli mo mo gba be apo akan ni to wa gba ro ni ade ni nba so ro won to wa ju e won ba o gba wa ro awira to na mi ade ara ro di ji an da wa da o te na de te na e won bla da wa da te na do a babe do so to be yan do so je ne ba so ro yo blu wa e no ju wa keke do so so la te na da ka ji ka no we mu te o mu la pa bo ta da pa bo no de ka do an ba an yo ju ko cha ni wa ke de pa bo de so wa usika ka ujiga wa ujira da to bli yan ne de tro kan ne de ne tro po jara ne ma so e bo ne ne tro kan de ne de ni an ba to an yo wan lo jo ye ne sre ba ju an orun to orun tan ti sre ba ju an ya o klera no ton lira e won no ta pere we ba klera ta sre ba ju to bu ya ne de mo so tro anja izi to andara emba to andara o me 1955 55 do to me da blo li do me ya yu ji ai wa ra ji yan si ai na to me 1955 February 7 yo me na o ba en 20 no da so ya no attend ya no we apo apia yan I knew that they will ask awri ponje yon ori ajere ajite yan ne tan wa re nye je won Burkina Faso yon abliara apon so mebe we tu fa we a bokuri wan po we a bia be po tu kra da kra yo nyini ji nyine wa po ne boy po ne komlan je wa se jo komlan uro la se yon ura de ase ni ase je pon se anu se je komlan je o ke wa ni a blu an ke wa ka blie and ye bla bla Saudi pon down ni ara so ada jira tira blu ka so fa de chera blu ka unira we lo kra wa ne we no seta kra we ne we se da to bri ne we ura ba kra so aro e ma pro e ma gba so e ma no gba blu ka na grand jira ni kan ne so àwọn grand jira nyon aro ble kra ble a e kom la so pode ya blu so pode je kon fon la de nya abe a lo fa be nu a pi mo no ni ara ta wa ji a won Burkina Faso nyon ta ji a oji problem channel da ta ji a wa ja blu we aso ojo kom la te ge we nu ka mo ngan gera so la si abli mo so la blu kan o da o ga ni ra er mo jo gba o ya ye so er wa mi da ambara na jira te ka blu àwọn ble te àwọn ijo te anu re o se entry che ble we ji cara Saudi pondé ta je wa ji kren kom la pu boy ke o ka ni ra si je ka won ro we ada to bi en cha rura aso atira ya ji aji pabo aso pabo o gba da tru kan je da to bi ya le sra bi ke han e won to je wa dura level grand kan je ka nura ni
so unu tkelo ne na lo ya wa to bi lo wa unu tkelo ne na
ne da tenya abre we komre de ja jan foi ya ne ara tenya to bi lo abre ke ya un en wa ba to wa un we abre wera ya abre nyayo ada e wa tu ri di ka ne no ada nyayo na bo tenya bo ne ro pe wa no ku ro be ye de tu ro player na mu nyayo ha e gba blo kra ne e ro nu kra ya ro de ya na abre ke ya mu ya abre wera awun ya de tan da blo di ten ya bo community blue no da ko ni ya ne bo fo aye ya blo e mu de tan ten de iro abre da ten ne po Puna kero ta ne pa na yan na ma po da e chira na ko e won Burkina Faso yon na we blu an kan wa blu an wa de a sai pon ro anu de a spra sa unye ro abere ni ko wen yon mo an de ro amu ene de kra na uru anu e mo wa blu we yin ajira nje so me ya re wo ka ji tu fa we prime be ble we se na le je kra abia komla ju ya ka wan ra ju e bo ye je bo che an po ajara in 1937 he said you work away nera in 1937 that's one who could have met in the camera moro no to our grandson I know James Shoroto in Baron Shoro or to Louis you see there one we are now James Shoroto one
okay you know in Bloody Square you know in one no pro India and Bloody Square so there most in Blada go union it started with as a dead way so that young square was allowed most there went to so to be went to
I said when what boy I did because I went in as a complaint and that's a genius. Kaungare kuiro gane de trop reje kaunga gane a ura jara jimo we ba o mo bloa na ba ni a na bo jie tu a partner we ne create ne je ma kula ka fun ne we kula se da nwe de bere kula ka nyini ji ne ase wa te won je komna lo bleblo komna nyo cha wa te won ana mo mu we komna nda ke e atiara ici je ka ware afriko wane wa complain jara we a dedigaro to àwọn turo privilege e aniara e ajawe ara se won sa ri pon e nu ara we ase gbokun re do aso e pradi we si lo we na lo yi tu ya na lo yi ici no abritan ya po je do e si lo ye na do ya ura kase ja ni ne mu yo me o ya e pora ne do ji la we si blo an we nyine we komna janyo we nu security wa ka do ya wa newe do e wan mi ne kradi po we do we mu ji ja we so ara ko ro we ji anu ni po we no we ta we ja we ma pro be ya je we jere we mu de do we ji de we mu de ge du na we na ya 90 do yon jan mi wa bo ba wa ka iu nwan we ablu san we ne kala de akwa so ana ajeti en sara kekrin ajeti da point de kwari anjere complete ra na we da je we bonu tu ikra da kwari we fun awa yin e wo buru awa yin na ablion na re turo problem yin wa fun we ala sa mo po wa fun wa fun ya fun na ra ke e se de we nu wa we lo yon wi kon ngot de we e we kon lo yon wi wa ta mu ya we lo na boy mo na me mu o we kom na wu wa ra bro na mo boy mo we ne we ka gwa ma amwe we ka wa lu te ba yin ji wa san ya ni ara na po ya so bi yan bo we ne se chira ya enjoy de we ara de ka na a bro e wan grand jere e wan yin bro an enu pi wa yin se de ba kana e de du ya kana ne e atiara so de abla mo we ru
a draw ba be a draw abo show
This is
where you have the janitor for TMA Doze woman. I recall him, I just forget the old man name. Old man toe, yeah, one toe.
What we about? What we about?
Yeah, woman Sian. Woman Sian. This is Jerry Sabi. House, the sister house, and this is everybody area, the Wallace area. Yeah, everybody area here. So everybody area here.
And where you have the Manico Quarter?
Mandingo Quarter is here at the football field.
No, I mean.
This is the Liberia Avoran border corridor. This is the road that leading to the border from Town to the border. And this same road It's also going to the Total Clinic or the Total City Health Post. So, and this street is called the United Nations Drive. It was called United Nations Drive because during the civil crisis, the UN peacekeeper that came here, this route is the route that was named in their honor. And in fact, the road is also named to the Omeo base. So this is why it is called the United Nations Drive. This is a garage. Came in existence as a result of the demobilization and reintegrations of ex-combatants. This guy benefited from the training, and you were able to have this garage today. So I mean, it's very historic in a sense. On my left extreme is the Town Health Center or the Town Clinic. Town Clinic. Total Clinic is a clinic that is offering healthcare services to more than 16 towns in BI district. As you can see this building, this is the OPD, and at the back there is the Total Clinic Youth-Friendly Center. And basically it was constructed by UNFPA. UNFPA is helping to buttress the government effort, and they are offering family planning and other services to youth. Most especially in the district, young people. Then here is the antenatal department where they do delivery and they talk to women, especially women who are giving birth. And this is the resident staff.
Resident.
So we got a few staff there who are there, and the rest of them live in the community with the people. So I mean, they are offering lots of services to our people. But then we can talk to the officer in charge. What are some of their challenges? What are some assistance that they might likely need from our people in the U.S. because this clinic is helping the people of Total and its environment. So you can come closer. Let's talk a bit. First of all, you introduce yourself and what's your position here?
Thank you very much. I am GBARZON, the acting ORC. My proper ORC is on leave. I am the acting ORC. I'm a registered midwife, graduated from the midwifery school, 2020.
Okay, well, thank you. Tell us, in terms of basic services for the people, what are some of the challenges, that you people are faced with here when it comes to offering healthcare services for our people?
Thank you very much. Government, this is a government sponsor clinic. And one of the major issues here has to do with the drug supply. The drug supply is not timely, and the stock supply can actually be unlimited. So at the end result, if our patients or people come here to access their health services, most of the time we give them prescription to go in the community and buy drugs in the drugstore. So it's one of our key challenges. Another one has to do with, as you can see, the clinic compound is not actually decent because we don't have yardmen be responsible, who are responsible to clean the yard on a timely level, but then they are not being paid, they're being volunteering, so they stopped coming in about 3 to 4 months ago. So it becomes a serious problem for us. Sometimes if somebody comes from the community and donate a certain amount of money, that's the time we can go and look for a contractor to come and clean the yard. So it's actually affecting us as health workers and the clinic as well.
Okay, before we get to the drugs issue, tell us about your patient load. How many patients do you receive on a daily basis from Total here, particularly?
Thank you very much. The amount of patients I will receive per day here is about 20 to 30 patients per day. On the average, 20 to 30 patients per day, but sometimes it can exceed that level. Sometimes.
So what are the major what are those major cases that are usually reported here at the health facility?
The major cases that is reported here is malaria. Malaria is the most common tropical communicable disease in our region, especially Liberia. So it is our major disease that we actually diagnose or get from many of our patients that come here.
You may mention about shortage of drugs at the facility. Tell us the supply process. How do you get supply? Are you supplied with drugs on a monthly basis or bi-monthly, or just tell us a bit about that.
The drug supply is quarterly basis. The government supply drugs quarterly, but sometimes they cannot be on time, meaning that every 3 months they're supposed to bring drugs, but at times it will exceed 3 months, even 4-5 months before they can bring supply. So sometimes we can get aid from other partners that can bring in just limited stock supply for the clinic, but the government is finding it difficult to do a drug supply.
So tell us how long you've been out of basic drug supply here at this facility.
Approximately about 5 to 6 months now we have now gotten drug supply.
Now, if someone is thinking about helping this facility, what are those basic drugs? What kinds of those drugs are you need, or do you really need at this point in time?
Those essential drugs are anti-malaria medications. These are essential drugs, and sometimes antihypertensive medications. These are essential drugs that we need. Paracetamol, because these are drugs that can go on a daily basis. Ibuprofen.
Let's talk a bit about referral. Talk about major cases like obstructive labor pain, strangulated hernium, extreme emergency. How do you manage to get a patient from this facility to the referral center?
Okay, our referral pathway. This is our clinic level, and we have to refer to the health center, then from the health center to the hospital. So sometimes we call at GBARZON Health Center to help us get our patients from here to GBARZON Health Center.
That is Zletown.
Zletown. And at times their ambulance cannot be there, and many days we can refer patients on motorbike. So it becomes a serious problem for our referral system.
So it means that the ambulance service is not effective.
It is not effective on the county level.
As a result of this,
do we have one here?
We don't have any ambulance here.
As a result of all of these challenges, most especially which has to do with the lack of ambulance services, have you experienced any death or anything that happened in that process?
Yes, at the end of that, some part of last year, we refer a pregnant woman on a bike because the ambulance that we managed to call and they were coming while on the way, the road was not actually in a good condition, and the ambulance had a stock. We had to put the patient on motorbike to go where the ambulance is. So due to the bouncing and other things, the patient had ruptured uterus, and when they got to the hospital, they had to do total hysterectomy, meaning that they had to remove the entire uterus to save the patient life, because if not, the patient will keep bleeding. So that is the case.
Okay, finally, before we take leave of you, there are other major medical services like you running the National AIDS Control Program, you running the TB program. Tell us that even though with the shortage of these drugs, and these drugs are donated by the Global Fund, are there sufficient drugs in stock for HIV, TB, and other major cases?
Yeah, for the HIV drugs, It's always here available. The government is actually doing well for that. Even the TB drugs. But for the TB drugs, we can call upon the TB drugs whenever we have a case or cases for TB or cases of TB, then that's the time we can call the county, and county can immediately send drug. But for TB, they can bring it maybe per quarterly or routinely, but based on the number of patients that we have, then it supply us as quickly as possible. So for the issue of TB drugs and HIV drugs, they are here available.
All right, thank you for buttressing the government effort. Besides drug supply, what are other assistance that you would like people in the U.S., most especially citizens from here, based there, to assist you with here to enhance your work and also help our people?
Yeah, one key thing has to do with we who are professional people who went to school for 3 or more than 3 years and have come to our people to serve them. Some of us have been volunteering for more than 1 year today. Like me, I'm volunteering, and I made such a request to the GBARZON citizens in the Americas through the education committee headed by Mr. Arthur S. Tinte, and he promised me that they were going to work on it, but up to now, I have not really gotten proper redress. So it is actually hampering or hindering our work, because one who is volunteering will not effectively pay attention to the work, because he will be faced with some financial problems.
Wow.
Yes.
It's shocking to tell me that working at government basic facility and you are volunteering. Tell me about your volunteerism. Are you not employed by the government? By what means you took an assignment here?
The government sent me on assignment. When I first came, I was getting contract from UNFPA, at which time we have refugees in the country, especially our area here. So I came to do a piece of work, a 3-month contract, adding the workforce up here for the number of population that is here, enhancing the work of the staff here. So they brought me to add on the number of staff here and to be particularly focused on the refugees. But now they are returning those people. So the first 3 months when I took over, when I came, I worked for the first 3 months and I was getting stipend. It was not actually like salary, but stipend for the first 3 months. The second 3 months, from that point up to now, the contract ended since last year, around May, June. I have not gotten a cent from any entity or even government. Government is now not doing employment, or rather replacement. So I don't know my fate now as to whether I will get employed this year or next year, or I don't even know.
So at this facility, are you the only person in that category? Do they have other people who are not being paid by government or who are volunteering like yourself?
Yes. I have one of my colleagues here, Oli Tita Harris, is also volunteering for the government. She has been paid by stipend from partners. It is not actually from central government, but partner stipend. That's why she's been living by for a few years now. She's still hoping on the government to see how best she can be placed on the payroll, on the government payroll. Even our young men who have been helping here and other nurse aiders here, they are volunteering, like Abraham Jack and 2 young men that we have here. They are now on government payroll. At the end result, the young men stopped coming to work. So as you can see, the compound now is bushy, and we are now looking up to the community again to see how best they can run their services in order that this place can be clean.
All right, it's a pleasure talking to you. We want to say thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to talk to us about that we haven't talked about in this conversation?
Nothing much to say again. Just to say thank you for coming to us and for gathering our view and our challenges, taking it to our people in the great US. We are hoping that with these points and challenges that we have raised, that they will be able to hear us and respond to us as quickly as possible so that we can continue serving our people, because with the issue of volunteering, if it continues, I might likely not continue the work here because I'm a person who has a responsibility and I will have to cater to my family, and if I'm not getting anything, I might not continue my services. So thank you for coming.
Okay.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, fellow citizens in the U.S., this is where we are at the Toll Town Clinic. This is a clinic that offering services in more than 16 towns within the district besides Toll Town. And you just listened to this, this commentary from this young health professional. These are problems confronting our people in the rural part of this country. I mean, it shocked me to see a young man like this offering his services at the clinic and not being paid by government health worker who is volunteering. I mean, it's very pathetic, it's very, very sorrowful. So this is something that we can encourage you people. We want to tell you that you can venture in the area of health if you decide to help our people. We're lacking of basic medical supply, basic drugs, no ambulance services to refer patients. These are major problems that are resulting to, death of our people in the countryside. So this is Gabriel UT here with Alfonso Che with this special video documentary coming to you from Tobley, Grand GEDEH County. This is the since 1999 it has so many inhabitants. This road is leading all the way down. As you can see, there are several homes, several residents here. This is a house of Mr. Daniel Juan. Daniel Juan drives for the President of the Republic of Liberia, George Manawia. The house is still under construction, but this is Daniel Juan house. So you see how beautiful Toll Town is, or Toll City is. Touring all around there. See houses. And as you can see, the house is still under construction. We're right at the compound of Sir Richard Bantu, one of the young guys from Toll Town or Toll City in the United States of America. And I am the project manager for this house. The house is now the road that is leading to the Ivory Coast border, the Federal Ivory Coast border. We are now going towards the former homeland place where the United Nations peacekeepers used to be. Where the United Nations peacekeepers used to be. This is where we are going. Now you see that this is used for communication by the homeland military. So this is a homeland place. Back view of it. If I'm going to go in that building, we're going to just pass and cross over. Just use it. That's not easy you can. So these are prefix building that were used by Hommel.
resident of the city mayor of Toh City, Lord Mayor Reverend Moses Monroe. And this special video documentary is sponsored by two sons of Tobli, Grand Gila County, Mr. Richard Banto, Jerry Sapi, or Albert Gay. And this video documentary is giving insight about two-town issue confronting our people at various public areas so that people in the U.S. can take affirmative action to help. So right now, Lord Mayor, I want to say good evening and welcome to this conversation.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gabriel. And I welcome Alfonso J, who have taken his time to drive from Monrovia, that's part of the by road condition, to come and video clip our beloved town. You see, the problem we find ourselves in here is that the notion should be at the back of our mind that nobody can develop total except we ourselves. If we don't develop this place will continue to be in bush. So in fact, the people in America, they have the notion that the town is just still to the center of the place here and everybody maintaining bush. That cannot help us. When I returned from exile, I got to this place. The first employment I got, based on my own qualification, educational qualification, is to be field assistant for UN. But looking at the conditions of the town, I decided to refuse the job. Because if all of us leave this place, nobody will be able to engage people, government entity that has to do with development, they will pass over. So this is why we committed ourselves staying in Toh Town. And Alfonso, as we have been going around today, I think you see a lot of difference when it comes to development. We are encouraging people to come here to establish. Despite our people do not accept strangers. But you know, if you will not accept strangers, definitely development will not come. Let's take a look at Ganta today. Those people that have huge building and huge establishments in Ganta today are people from different places. You see? So when we came, our people were a little bit hesitant that we should not bring different people here. But I continue to forge ahead that anybody, you could be anybody, so long you have the mind of development to come and develop Toh, you will come. So this is why you see in this whole place today. We take a headway. When people come here to do development, Moses Monroe, bring them to my house, they stay here. If there are 2-3 months, they stay here. And I alone feel them. No one will come from in the community and say, oh, they put here, they're coming to do XYZ. So let's try to help you. Nobody. One of the typical examples is this telephone company services that we are enjoying here today. When the people came here, I contacted them to come. When they came here, they spent almost 1 month here with me, working on this tower. The tower which opened the communication gap between our people in America and all of us here today. Even there were some elements in the community that said the post should not go there. And I said no. And today, it opened up the gap between us and people in Europe, in America, and all over the world. We can stay here, we call our children. Again, let's look at the electricity. When the people came here again, our people neglected them. They neglected them. So myself again, I took them home. And they were here with me, they were doing everything. At the end of the day, you see Toh Town is best electrified more than Sweater City today. At the time when I'm paying electricity bill, kitchen, toilet in Toh Town was electrified. So this alone attracting other business people to come to establish here in Toh Town. You see? And sometimes we take our time to talk to our brother in America regarding development. Like the other time, Richie and myself talk. And I told him, say, EPA, they are on our back. Because Toh Town now is a city as compared to Soweto and the other city. So they say, well, the garbage collection should be done in the town. And then we should carry almost 2 miles away from the city.
We do not have anything to drive them away from the city. So he and myself talked, and I even proposed that they should try to send a tricycle, which the city council will use to collect the dirt and carry it far up to throw it away. I also sent text through Harry Banto to the president of Tobley Association in America that they should seek reason to help us in this land. And as we speak today, we are still looking on the way. You see, so Town now is the second largest and developed city next to Swedru in Grand GEDEH County. It is because of our effort. So, since you have come to cover the entire development of Town and the physical structures of Town, and the people in America will see it, at least it will give them the idea that they will be able to give back to their own place, because there's nothing like a place. Whether you live in Paris, you live in London, at the end of the day, you will have to come home. Home is nothing like a home. So this place is our home. Let us put hands together so that we develop this place. We should put away petty jealousy. I can't take money to send it to Mose Moro. Mose Moro is not my brother. He's just like that, he's just like that. No. Anytime you send something here, you send money here for development, it will serve the purpose. Like the other time Harry came, and Harry sent $500 US here to us, so that we develop, so that we renovate those hand pumps and things, and it was done. Harry Banto again sent some money to the school through us here that they should fix chairs in the school so that our children will be able to have a sitting capacity. Because when he came, he went to the school, the children lack sitting capacity. And he sent money, and that was done in the school. There are a lot of people that have been doing it. Even Jackson Toe, he came one time here and denoted huge consignments of books, textbooks to the school. He brought some material even for the clinic. These are the things that will encourage the minds of people who are not citizens in this place and wanting to come here and work. If we encourage them, they will come here and work. As you are seeing the clinic, sooner or later this clinic will be elevated to health center. When people come here, we hold them with our two hands so that development will be able to come. So you can't leave everything to government. Government in Liberia can do this, can do that. Could you imagine that I want total government guy in this country? They got 15 counties. So before they can reach to total, then you are old. So we should be able to help ourselves. Sometimes the people there, they get misconceptions of us. Some people take different news and carry to the place there. What we are not doing, what we are doing, they will carry them. But they cannot one day call our land to find out what is actually going on the ground. So we want to also tell them that our offices are open. Our phones are open. They are our brothers. So anything they want to do, they should be able to contact us on the ground so that we'll be able to tell them better. Harry came here and encouraged Harry. Say, my man, like your place here, you can't come from America and go lodge in somebody's house. So try to build a house. I believe you went to the apartment that Harry and Rachel building. You saw it there today. You see it? So when I told him, he said, okay, that's true. So by the time he left, he started building it. So when Rachel or William comes here now, he come into his own house. So we should not say to expect Loma people to come here to develop this place. Every time they in America, they say, our land here, they posted, they said, no. Let us develop them. Land is not development. We need schools here. We need missions here that will cater to the needs of our people. But if we just keep the bush here, what can bush do to us? That means you are keeping snakes to come to harm your own people. So there are some that have 37 acres of land here. There are some that have 15 acres of land here, 30 acres of land here, 150 acres of land here. The bush is not benefiting us. So let them try and think back home, so that we all will put together and do what we can do, even before the government can help you. There is a saying that before somebody wash your back, you should be able to wash your own stomach. Because you have access to your stomach, you can reach it. So the bag that you cannot reach, then before somebody can come in and wash your back.
Okay.
But if it is not the stranger that are coming to town, to the city here, I mean, town will still remain to the center part there of the place. But you yourself, the time, the distance you cover today from one place to another place, from one place to another place, you saw how town is getting large. In fact, to find land here now is very difficult. It's very difficult. So the other time, myself, I went on the radio station and told our people that this time around, we are not keeping bush. If you have your land here and you have been there for 15 years, 7 years, 8 years, 15 years, 30 years, we will relocate you. We will relocate you. We are not going to mount bush here. We want development for our people. So bush is not development. And so that instruction, I instructed my people to carry it out. To carry it out. We're not managing bush here. We will relocate you. We will not take the land from you. But the next time you're ready to come to construct, we will carry you different place. Because we are not going to penetrate your own bush and carry somebody behind you to go build a house. We will not do that. Bush will not help us. So I am calling on our people that let us try to remember whom, and let us try to bring development to our own people. The house we build here is for you. Right now, we have about 6 communities in total, and those communities are being headed by some leaders. This is one of the ways to most of the community can be clean. Yeah, total has a population of about 6,335.
Naro?
More.
Anyone?
More bear. Yeah, allow drunk as you day. No, you are one year.
Okay. When you got on there, I know there.
And yalla. Yeah, I'm fine way.
Okay. I'm fine.
Puro your day in you.
Or Pulu in a nuclear way.
No, no, you say you're or you're 9 bell.
Okay, 9 bell. You're going to know, eh?
Bunga, you know.
Oh, okay, all right. When you go, you saw that. Now go. That will be near. To be 10 years, to be giant, and for that day, boy. Think more, young, come on.
To be young, Tiana 10 years, young wine, yeah, young Tia, a bay.
Okay. All right. That team, my Clemulia. For job by and pull for do.
Oh,
Ben and Nudaway, and Nudawa cloud.
See, Kede Yao, one year baggy bow, Yanni and Bayeti bone, Sadi. Then more Mojayo, Yaiba Mumbo, Sayo, Sine, to Broadway. Tover a catebo, yo, any me one a body can go on, sorry. See, I say, Nego, you don't get your big I do.
Young man, ne quacklia brewer,
ne bar, ne bar, in what barca in your 10 years, in what tip and all, young you see, say quote when you see.
Bed no de baudu.
Yenny and Babo, Cadevo, the barca is a woman, Pomo, she's a more idea, can't we all swine. Hey, Gapa, I know what ye yearly, Saint Ego, for Yao, Cobo, to Broadway, to Yanio, Cateo, Saint Ego. See, I say, Nico, you have more years said about more barrel. Yeah, oh, you barrel, unto I know barrel. Yea, you have more barrel, you, Saint Ego, to Yao, Cobo. Yeah, the most adio, Sadi. Then one more yo, the body won't put no. See, I say, Nego. Yon back here, the more Chibuka, you're going there, Mondo. Yon back here, in the bumbo, Chibuka, you're going there, Mundo. Yon back here, in the moon. I don't buy Pandake. Yon back here, in the bumbo, Chibuka, you're going there, Moon. Yon back here, Molo. Yon back here, Molo. Wapa by Pedi. One on by Joina the Bungo, Chibuka, you're going near Mado. Now, Chi Yabo, where na ye yu kwa o afọ ya de one si kede ya wo ke so ade wo nu se po no nyono na on bari go po na wo yo wo dem gwa mu se ne ya o de gbe no ge fa kan sani ni le po ba ja o de gbe no ge fa ja o se ne ya o ye yu mo ye fra ga mo ge o se ne zu si ya se ne wu ne le sa yu gba o yi o se ne zu si ya se ne wu si ya mo ka bo kai mo ka bo yo tu se mo ezi mu he yo wa very se ba yo yo bo atu agbe o se ba yo nkan ji o yo bo atu agbe o se ba yo to so kwa won ne re aya yu kwa o ni aya yu kwa o he yo ma kwa se so ran da di mu o ke ya o si da ye o ne re a o yo mo ngo balu si de kya nena chome de ye ni ala krone gba ken we sizo ko ye ko gba ni ala krone gba ken awu ya won amu ikre ye ese de ye aja ifen ko we a ro mu no emu bloji krone gba ken mi to de emu blone si ase ni go tan mo pe de o ni mo ta atwa ina foi ine jiri go go na mo bari go pum na o yo beka bayo beka ni da so ne ya o yo mo wo
mo ja tu re skoi mo te we
se ke ya yu baru da mo pue na ya yu gwa o ya se ni ko yi o ke o nze bari ko pom na o afso de o se de kia den ba jo kra bo pe o nze wo se da mo wo pe
tu ina do bia lo mo we won ni wa
nwa pero sa ru na che ya po ko se da mu ke o se ke se o mo tuma o gu mi aba tuma ma nwa o so no se ko na wa ya ni ge
ya ne ka ten na ni we tu ran a bi to so
ba ko se yin mo no ba sa bo yo ne o ba ko se yin mo ba sa bo ye o ba ko si ya mu na mo ji da bo ro be na ji da jo ke ga da po ya se ple o se ya o se de ka ji o ade ba yi wa o nya de ba yi o
o
ne ji bo be o ne ji de bo be o kia o se ra ju kia o ye ji o se de ne ba ni bo ma mo ya gbe ka o si ju ye ju abu mo o ye ju abu ye gba ro da o ne na down ju amu down ye sinanda in po ni an po si an kro ye ba kan e po kro ne ba kan ye po si an ne bo po ya ja si de si ka o si en ma wo ni na de a si to ajiri ya to body de ba na po wo ye ni ya we ne wo da won lo e ro ba po da wo ze ba ri won po na wo yo wo ja wo go wo ne ya o yo bonu si ni a si ya de nku bo ba ga yi ya de nku bo si ya o wo yo ke ya o si de yu ma ke ri da wo ja o ke nu da ba se yen o afo de o chabero oju keri o tre si ba we o go da ba o nu tre yo o mi awe wa ke de nwa de ke nu da ba se yen o afo de o ke ya o oge chirige si ya o ke ya o oge chabege foni oge uro wa si ya o to bo ya mu alo si de you were to mu wa bo se jin o kara o mu wa ko de o nyo ma bu wa pa bi do ke ya o ko yo jaru mu wa o ne si ya o si ya mu alo ke ya o ne ya o yo ke ya o GEDEH ke o ase mo pam no me se mo no se de mo bla e am GEDEH ze ke o ne la o yo paro ase ya mo tu man kari se ble mo mo tu man kari se ble mo we tu man kari se ble mo ki mo se ya mo ke o ne la o yo na ngwa mo ye de ba di be se sare ko le ku e de ba no se kare ko mu se ga o nyo ba tu be de ba yo kon ji nyo ba tu be se ba yo ke o nyo ba tu be de ba yo se ga o e so kwa we se ga o ne la o yo mo ngwa beka 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 ba yo beka
Bố chuyện tụ cả punya wadah tu bagi đáp rồi luôn nè
đáp rồi lên đây tí đáp
mau lo du nu giờ còn đi rồi à
sao bội đi
ok
sao bội đi
bội chú em lúa ấy
à sao là bội bây giờ sẽ đi qua mặt gì yeah em phải quay xuống trong
cái nụ u ấy xuống quay xuống trong ok ze đào lo đang lui đang cùi
đang cùi đó đào lui đó
à point thế nha tôi biết rồi thì món này là thế nha cái giang và cái nó đều là difference
tôi biết rồi bữa sau sẽ nói
đẹp thế vậy
đẹp
thế nha này sẽ đẹp thế đi
sẽ đẹp thế đi để xử lý về bông bay bớt sen đi đẹp đi
bông mà bớt sen đi
bớt sen đi bông bay bớt sen đi
nếu là con bớt sen đi quay
em chú vậy qua bóng quạt vào quay vậy tới ta đi phao rồi pe à cũng được vậy à cũng là tôi để vậy yeah tôi ta is tete ui sen
yeah thì anh nhòa yeah nhòa yeah
ok
yeah c'était meilleur là il moi sen anh em bây nhá ủa ông nhìn sen nè bây lâu nhau lúc đi bơi ông nhà bơi đi em còn nghe cái có đã
gì thế rồi thế rồi cái đã được quên gì một bác sĩ phải phải đi ra để chỉ để bùi nào đó es đây đây
nên sau tôi biết là nhà mẹ quê nhà á tiền kia mong anh như lúc bị đau rồi cả món là như này một cái nhồi bị cái đuôi nụ bay đi ấy
anh nháp băng bay ông ấy hả avec juste jamais avec la paix et go vers là ok anh nháp có sao cái anh mình có sao cái sao ấy với nhau paix để vẫn để nháp không đi à anh know I do it for me em đã hiểu không ok nè c'est bien ou comment đến yeah
em want sen đi pour rien yeah anh đã hola qua bị là trato bị nếu buổi trato anh đi này sẽ biết bộ cái nuôi
em biết chả qua đây mà trato mua
chứ anh đã dễ hola đúng này là có nhiều đủ rồi là này ba sen đi nha nè cái này ba sen đấy nha thì nàng ngoan vui bao mà nè buổi trà to gì nè sẽ bé buổi trà to buổi cái bài rồi giờ buổi cái nuôi rồi món nào đó vui bao là bọn nó buồn nuôi ấy
buy money for me
oh giờ buồn đồ trà to kìa
how much put give me cả mấy nhỉ I want to do it investment cái mà cũng được vui bao cũng được vui
vậy anh blé nè thì anh nói nè blé nè nhon sen phô nè nè phun lối
所以人家啥呢？你这就会，所以不要加钱喂，真会，不要别叫，
那别叫人家看喂，nhô nhà quý đi à, qua bông u lô qua bông dễ dễ u cái món xe cái xoay bùi bề nhô lô xoay quay ra xong bên nhà u là ô này bông tụ bò dễ dễ, em u tụ liều bể ya quay giàu, số đen u tụ liều bể đó quý đi nhô vậy không ạ?
Quý đi nhô à?
Abo cái bể kia, bể chế bantu bể kia, u dua u như này.
Abo cái du như này.
Đét cô liều bể luôn vậy.
Cô liều bể vậy à? U ba cái không có bể vậy bố. Qua muôn.
Ok.
Nhân dân qua bán sẽ gì?
Ok.
Sao đây đấy à? Có được không?
Đúng không?
Sao đây đấy mà? Nhưng mà ta chỉ phát là Esman.
Ok.
Ok. Bỏ qua đây. Hãy kilo. I lost it. Hãy kilo.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ne po in what send po o jan do kilo tin.
Anjo ni kilo kin.
We ne po send we en kan no.
Abu ni mo. Ja ka be ya.
Au du ni.
Abu ni wa. Ja.
Okay.
So abake ha. Sa on pa la we du. Okay. Anjo ne da kibi ajo du on ye bo o du on ha. Ba kan ko la we du.
Okay.
Ah oui.
Ah oze. Au to lu la fne mo tin bla la ya. Ngwe wa me ja po e. Anu ene da wa me we e. Kwa tu wi ba ra che wi ba en ja no la sa ku e. Ne a me u po e. Anu wi ba de be ye we. We de no ne. We ni u bi we we.
E wa sa ku e. E sa ja ye. Anu ba ga.
Ni je no la.
Aha.
Okay.
Thôi.
Ne at ko ni ame ba. All right.
So wa ban ko bi ha.
It is to work Xavier one.
Yeah. Le apo nyo ya gwa ha me che.
Tene.
Ada. Ha me che. Ada cha gwa.
Okay.
Che. Ha me ti ni.
All right.
Tu wa ro de.
Tu wa ro de.
Attention ni.
No. No.
Sana, ya te buka po. Ko je.
Ye am do bo no. Ni sian lo na me nu e. E wa ri di wi ba la to bi e no se bi. Ni wa to bi ju e se kon ya ni. Wi ba ro.
Yeah. Da sa ba. Dem ni we.
So ne lo. Amu abo lo se a o.
Wi o.
We o.
Sa ba lo.
Eh.
On kwa lo ke. Ko lo we.
Ao.